Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on GTA 5 with a car falling over. Who would have thought it? We've got some more racing for you with the Primo Custom. Can we time it? I'm going to try and roll Lado's car over. Wait. No, not got the timing right. We've got to get the car. There we go. And not quite rolled. Come on. What happens if you try and jump the car with a car on the nose? I don't know. Lado's off. We are underway. Oh no, wait! Put my car on the floor. That's the better way to go. Yeah, you want the car all the way down. I think is the quickest way to drive it. For us messing around with the hydraulics. Right. Okay, we're sorted. Oh, that's a tighter corner than expected or realised. We made it through in one piece. Amazingly. Oh dear. Everything is just about under control. There's really only a just about though. Or maybe we'll try and make a pass. I mean, these are not very quick cars. We do have slipstream and catch up enabled. Oh, okay, and some bump drafting is fine. Oh, that was a hell of a crash. Some slipstreaming and bump drafting is okay. That was a little bit too much, and we were just pinball in the middle, and poor Brazen, I think it was Angers, came off the worst in that one. Oh, there's a slidey ninetails. Gliska makes that work the long way around. We're going to also buy into that, but we stall out halfway around the manoeuvre. Liam is there at level 8 is to the inside. There's a lot of understeer in these things. They are not... I mean, they're not really designed as race cars, let's face it. You know, ooh, that's a problem. Sorry, level 8. Mid-sentence and just panic. We got out of position for one corner and just trying to maintain the speed was not the best way to go. We should have lifted sort of partway through that sequence. Liam got a big snap of oversteer. We're going to try and make that one work. And I think we will get this pass done. Well, maybe not. Okay, we were a little too early on the brakes there. That was my bad. Gee, where are we going? Oh, bloody hell, that's a corner and a half. That is not the normal sort of corner you deal with on a racetrack, but there we go, deal with it we shall. Liam has hit the whatever corner mark a bit, whatever you want to call it. I guess we've got fuel drum, water drum, I don't know, whatever it is. Big drum of some sort. We're going to try to go around the outside. This is asking for a huge amount of trouble if we get it wrong. The back end wanted to step out on us, but we got it just about under control. We will make that move stick for third as we head up towards, I presume, a run to a finish line somewhere soonish. It's a long lap this one. It's only a 4-lap race with these Primos because it is a relatively long lap around here. Liam's got an amazing run, level 8 also. Much better run than I did. Now we're starting to get some of the slipstream going. That is more like it for us. We're going to get pulled along to the back of this group. Can we make this work? Oh, it's going to be 3 wide towards this. Oh, and I don't want to be 3 wide through there. Me and Ninetails had the very same realisation of if it goes wrong, we get fed into the inside wall or the outside, and neither is good. Gliska's going through the middle. It actually is a little bit better off through there, because you kind of got a safety car on your inside or outside. Stevie got a load of momentum, but has then lost it through the next corner. Now me and Ninetails have got a good run up this hill. So I mean, the catch-up is very powerful around this track, I would imagine, with these hills and these relatively low-powered cars. It is going to be pretty bloody powerful indeed. There is, an attempt to the inside, but Ninetails just spun. We've seen these moving around, and I think it's a tight hairpin, and I think maybe got a little bit of elevation change or something was just too much, and the back end let go. I had nowhere. I mean, we only nicked the back of the car. We just about managed to avoid it. I mean, thankfully we aren't going that quickly in these. It's a fun circuit, a cool layout this. But yeah, you can get yourself in a lot of trouble with these cars if you are not careful around here. It would seem more so than expected, perhaps. I mean, that bump we saw could catch out cars last lap around. We're still stuck side by side with Gliska. We're going to get squeezed to the inside. I wasn't sure if I went for the dive if we were going to end up in the back of Liam's car, so we kind of backed out of that one. I mean, it's okay. There's plenty of other corners to come that we know we're going to be we're going to have a chance on. So if it's iffy, risky one at this point in the race, is it really worth it? Probably not. We're going to get a mega run down the hill again. We're going to have to do this for a second lap in a row. Oh dear. We got lent on the entire way around, but we somehow didn't end up pointing the wrong way. I don't know, I'm not 100% sure how, but we did make it around there. Now, how did Liam get such a good run out of this corner? Because, I mean, this is what will essentially be the final corner. So we're going to try something a little different. Yeah, okay, that is how you do it. Can we bump draft in these if needed? Yeah. Now, okay, if that was the run to the finish line, of course, I wouldn't have sat behind Liam. That was more of a curiosity, that one. It was more of a, is it going to work? Bloody hell. That's a sketchy... I like that as a corner. It's still terrifying. It is flat out in these cars. But, yeah, it's a fun corner. It's just possibility for issues. Anyway, bump drafting does look like it's a possibility with these. They don't look like they freak out at the lightest of contacts. So that may come into play at the end of the race. Who knows? It may come into play at this stage of the race. Like, okay, contact-wise, they're fine, but it doesn't actually seem to do very much. You don't really seem to be able to get a particularly big effect from it. Like, we hit the back of Gliska's car there, it didn't really do anything to it. It didn't really push it forward. So, yeah, while the physics will allow the contact not to end in silly spins, it's also probably not going to be all that helpful. But, you know, we've got to learn this stuff as we go through the race, because I don't know the last time I drove... Actually, I tell a lie, I have a Primo custom. I don't know the last time I drove one in a race. I don't know why I have one, to be fair, but I do. To be fair, it's a nice, it's black and orange and everything that you expect, really, let's be honest. But, yeah, one of the many weird cars I have hanging around. He's asking for trouble going down there. Brazen's across the dirt, and we will actually get a pass done into the hairpin for the first time. We backed out of them in the previous couple of laps. This time around, though, we're in the right place to make the most of that one. Brazen's a little out of place from bumping over the grass, and I will, yeah, make the most of that opportunity. We're going to have a lot of speed, maybe coming down this hill. Ooh, do I want to try and... No. Do I want to ask for a lot of trouble going down there? I don't really want to go to the inside through that corner just yet either. Whoa, dear! I was going back to try and take a normal line, and I didn't realise there was a crash going on my outside. Somehow, in all of that, we haven't really lost all that much time. Despite the fact Brazen did a 360 on my roof, we've kind of got away with that surprisingly well. We've got that really, really good run down the start-finish straight, although the tow just didn't last for long enough. Sadly, we might get a good sort of secondary tow. There's a little bit of a gap there. Oh, I mean, it's the final lap of the race, but 3 wide. We've already seen it's so dodgy through there. We had to try and make the corner. Level 8 is desperately unlucky. I don't know whether I missed a checkpoint or something through there. But yeah, I had to try and make the corner some way or another in that one. We have got through it though. It's 6 cars for the leads. Sleepy's a little further back, but will inevitably be in this group. All it takes is one good run up a hill, get in the draft, and you'll be there. We're going to have a look to the inside of Longbow. You've got to be careful taking too tighter a line with these cars. We've already seen they'll spin. I guess we're going to have to teamwork it with Gliska for the moment. Oh, and then almost didn't teamwork it, and Liam's gone around the same place that Ninetales did, and directly in front of me. No, that is not what we needed. There's 2 cars, and 2 very experienced drivers as well, going for a spin at the same place. Longbow's climbed a wall in all of that. We are to the inside, and we might make something work here. It is going to be dicey through this section. Oh god, something's going to go wrong, and it's another car spinning in front of me. This time I think Brazen got a tag from someone to help with that one. We're still 5th. I mean, we're still not out of this at the moment, amazingly, after all that's gone on. We are somehow still vaguely in contention. Don't murder a level 8. We didn't, thankfully. We get a bump. Liam clipped the inside of that. Come on, folks. We need to get organised here, because otherwise Gliska is going to get an unassailable gap, although we have got the big downhill section to help us coming up, and that can be a big slipstream opportunity for cars. Brazen is to the inside there. Okay, we are in a good place for a draft down the hill. I mean, Stevie's in a good place for a draft. Everyone's going to have a huge amount of overspeed. God, that's so much speed down there I just wasn't prepared for. There was so much speed and cars not carrying so much speed. There's been a tremendous accident further up ahead as well. Yeah, I just couldn't slow the car down for the corner at all in time there, which is unfortunate, but I mean, we kind of had to go for it a little bit to be in the right place at the right time. I just didn't realise how much overspeed we were going to get. But there we go. If we'll run towards the line. It's not going to be a great finish for us. It was a fun race. It was a fun race indeed. Not quite the result that we wanted from that one. God dear. Yeah, those were strange cars at times. They did get some good racing, nevertheless. Fastest lap will go to Ninetales at the end of all that, 2 minutes 16. Okay. Yeah, not a great first race. Better luck, hopefully, for the next one. We move on to our second race, hopefully going to go a little bit more to plan for me. This is going to be with the Tygon. I do very much like this car, probably one of my favourite vehicles added to the game in a while. I mean, the Tudor cars and everything cool. I really like the Di Tommaso that it's based on. I think it's a wonderful car. So, yeah, I'm always a little bit biased for this one. Oh, it's going to get really busy again towards this. Well, I mean, it went predictably. Lando tried to send that one and it just didn't quite work, and Lando's gone falling off down the hill. We actually should maybe be more aggressive in that one because we were in the middle and could have got away with leaning on somebody, but yeah, it was a little bit manic. Now we're up to 5 laps with these. These are going to be considerably faster than the Primo, so there is plenty of time to try and climb our way back up. Level 8 has found a tree, and I have found a car park, and Danger Man tried to make us do a wheelie. I think it was a Danger Man, might have been a Ninetales. It was a red car, and it was a Danger Man. Okay, you've got to brake more for these corners. Corners that were, you know, close to flat in the Primo are now a very different, very different thing indeed. Oh, it's fine though. Jeez. Yeah, the track is just a completely different animal in this car, which is to be expected, really. The Primo is always going to be much slower racing, if you will. So we're kind of relearning again on what is a very twisty track. I like it, as I said. It's a fun layout, a very technical layout in a lot of places. We do get this fast section towards the end. Hopefully we can make up some ground. This has got a little bit of a lead. There's a couple of cars fighting over the podium positions. If we can get in the slipstream of Chris, we can hopefully kind of work together and drag ourselves forward. We've got Liam behind us, who we're more than happy to work together with. Liam can go around the outside. That's fine. We'll duck into the draft. Oh, we've really got... So that, again, not a concern we saw in the previous race. You've really got to get your car sorted so you don't end up on the kind of raised platform bit there. This final corner. It's actually a really interesting final corner because if you get it right, you can really set yourself up for a good run towards the finish line. And that's not, we're not talking about slipstream necessarily there. We're talking just about the line through it. We are not going to be like 2 and 3 wide worked with the Primos. They're a little bit slower. The speed that you're going in this, you do not really want to be going too wide through that chicane. I feel like you're just asking for trouble. Like, it's doable, but the risk of a massive crash is so high. Oh, I say that. Angus has kick-flipped a car off a guardrail. That was quite impressive. And someone visited a tree, and I'm not sure who it was, but Brazen's visited the car park. We're up to 5th now. I thought it was Liam that visited a tree. It wasn't. It was someone else in a dark-coloured car of some sort. I didn't catch the name at all. Barely saw it happen. Yeah, Ninetales is going full bloody hell. Ninetales is going for the full wall riding, and now we're up to 4th. We're almost onto the podium from cars having crashes at the start of this lap. That's, yeah, just keep it neat and tidy. We give Chris a tiniest little bump through there, not quite going to make anything happen. Whisker once again got a decent sized lead as we've all fallen over ourselves pretty much. Not even fallen over each other, we've just made mistakes on our own. Chris got a big twitch. That was not even intended to be an overtaking attempt, but thankfully we made it work. That could have gone really badly wrong. Because if you get that sort of big twitchy, not out of control moment, but you have to lift and deal with the car. The speed that we're going around this quite narrow circuit, I don't have time to react to that. The fact that that car's now suddenly a lot slower in that section than would normally be the case. Chris is going to have a problem through here if not careful. Liam gets a big twitch. Oh, there's a lot of cars going at a lot of speed down there, and I wasn't sure what was going to happen to the grey car. That's cut back underneath me. We're going to go side by side through. The end chicane is a little bit more manageable. There's a red car to the inside. So there's 2 red cars to the inside. Bloody hell, I thought there was only 1. Can we get a good run on the exit? We can. There's not much space. Oh, there's not much space. Ugh, I'd have to have a huge lift, as did Chris. There just wasn't room for any more cars. We are going to be, hopefully, around the outside of everybody into turn 1. We make it work. Whew. Breathe again. Somehow we all made it through there without there being a tremendous accident. Jesus. It is an identical circuit, but it's such a different race with this kind of car. In the Primos, this was quite a nice... Yeah, I say a tame... Maybe tame's not the right word, but it was a sensible race, and this is just complete madness. We got turned a little sideways, and then a little put back a little bit straighter, and then we're all good through there. Liam leads from Ninetales. Gliska's right behind. We've got a good run, and we're going to make their pass stick, I think. Oh, no, maybe not. Can't stop it in time. Danger Man's going to get both of us. Gliska got unlucky. Got stuck out wide through all of that. We're going to be stuck side by side. Can't quite get the power down. Oh, Ninetales is out of position. Danger Man clonked the railing and was... Well, we were already going a little bit wide, and... yeah, Danger Man clonking the railing and suddenly stopping didn't help. We give it a bop and put it back straight again. Don't hit the bush. That causes trouble. Ninetales is in trouble. I don't know what's happened there. Where did Liam come from? Why was Liam... I don't even know. At this point in time, I don't know how that happened. Something went on through that section that I'm not 100% sure on. And either way, we're second. Brazen leads, and Ewan is third with a big run coming down the hill, I would imagine. May not... I'm hoping he's going to look outside down here rather than try and go to the inside of that very fast corner. There has been some attempts made at overtakes and lines, and things have got very sketchy down there. This is going to be a hell of a final lap when we come to it. I think it's going to be a hell of a mess for a final lap. I got huge oversteer coming up there that I didn't want. Just hit the curb and slid the car. So don't take that line. Still got 2 more laps of this complete madness to go. We're going to slingshot past Liam. We're going to have a load of speed coming up this hill, but this is not really a good overtaking spot. If we can get past, though, before the corner, that would be good. Liam's there to have a look as well, and may well go around the outside here. Although the bump, the camber on the road there, the inside, you just get carted out wide. The natural line ends up dragging you wide, so Liam was wise to back out of that one, knowing what was going to happen. They're too wide behind me, still struggling to get the car turned through this twisty section. Liam has got that good run, and this is what I did to Gliska. I think it was the last lap around. Liam gets to the inside, will make the pass stick. Brazen's trying to have a look and get involved in this for a sneaky overtake. Might well do it here because I've got no momentum coming off the corner. I have to check up. Big kick of oversteer almost helps me out. So almost get a better line on the exit, but just not quite. Liam is going to be under threat, shall we say. Coming down here. What have we got behind us? The pack is lining up again. We go for a tight line through the hairpin. I mean, it works. It's a quick line through that corner. You've got to be careful, of course, doing that someone doesn't go for a dive bomb or whatever. But all is good so far. Now, this has been madness down here. It's a great section of track. It's a wonderful corner as well to challenge everyone. We've got to the inside of Brazen. I just don't want to take that. The gamble, the huge risk to go to the inside of Liam. If Liam isn't prepared for it, you're just going to have a tremendous accident because you're not breaking through that corner. It's not sort of, you don't anticipate it really being an overtaking spot. That line, that's the line we wanted through there. A great run off of the final corner. Okay, if that could have been the final, I should have left it as a 4-lap race. That would have been wonderful. I feel like the catch-up really hurts these cars. I know they're supercars and everything, but I do feel like this is one of the more extreme... Maybe it might be just the track, the style of the track, these long straights, these hills. It certainly does feel like catch-up is quite powerful. Oh, Danger Man is to the inside. Is going to make that one just about work. Through there, yeah. I think maybe it's a combination of the hills and all the very high-speed supercars, and we've got cars. I'm so sorry. We both made the same mistake. My mistake was just a slight bit not as bad as Danger Man's there. It was just a tiny bit better for me, and as Danger Man was trying to recover back on the circuit, it was the littlest of boops that just put the car a little wide. I mean, Danger Man was already out off the circuit at that point, had already outbroken themselves. We've all got suckered into trying to be that little bit braver under brakes. I mean, Liam did a backflip at one point. It might actually now just come down to me and Brazen. After the complete manic race that we've had, Liam doing a backflip and Danger Man ending up in a car park may well have left it down to no me and Brazen, but a big oversteer moment is not going to help. However, we know this section, we know that they catch up, and the slipstream is going to be very powerful down this next section. It's also going to be very powerful for the run to the finish, depending on where we are. Here we go, we've got a big run down here. Brazen actually left the inside, which I wasn't expecting. I was expecting Brazen to go across to the inside. We are around the outside. Oh, God. Got to be careful with this now. We have got to be really good off of this final corner. We were going to try and take a funny line. Brazen ended up in the back of the car, so we're going to try and break the toe if we can, and Brazen can't get the slipstream in the end. Yeah, okay. I don't think Brazen was quite expecting. I was taking a little bit of a different line into the final corner, and I don't know whether Brazen got pulled along by slipstream a little bit too much, didn't quite anticipate where we were going. But we were, yeah, we got a little bit of a bump, and then managed to break the toe for the run to the finish line. Ninetails has managed to get a 4-star. I didn't even know wanted levels were on in this. How have you managed that? Because there wasn't even any traffic. Maybe you gone into the military base? I don't know. Well done, though, on that one. Level 8 gets fastest lap of the race. Very close with Danger Man in third. That was manic, that one. That was terrifying as well. When you're racing, the cars were so quick. The track's so narrow and challenging. That is, yeah. It's good fun. It's a terrifying roller coaster, I think, is the best way to describe all of that. But there we go. We will take a victory in the Tygon. That, though, is going to be it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching, and thank you to Level 8 for building this wonderful circuit. That shall be it from me. Until next time, a goodbye.